A very good evening. Thank you very much for choosing GHOne TV. My name is Kweku. Temeng. It's always a delight when I join you with the latest happenings throughout the country. Well, before we bring you all the details, let's look at some of the top stories that we have for you tonight. Coming up in the next 60 minutes, outrage as family of slain 18-year-old students of Orele Senior High School in Accra demand answers over circumstances leading to the death of their son.
The teachers are sitting unconcerned. I said, what? Quickly, I moved my car. On my way to motorway, she called back and said, the boy fighting my son, I've stabbed him.
Firefighters helpless as fire destroys building at Zongo Lane here in Accra. Well, they're saying stability of the building makes it difficult for them to risk getting to the base of the fire.
The fire is already under control. There are just some pockets that we are dealing with. I am very sure.
Also ahead, Speaker of Parliament Alban Dagbin drops bombshell as he accuses some members of the lawmaking house of engaging in illegal mining activities. I'm talking about Galamsey.
And as to videos and listen about Galamsey, the later we talk about it, the better.
Tonight on your election hub, we will touch base with the two leading contenders in this year's election as they canvass for more votes across the country.
With the 33 policies about the boy Ghana, 33. Not even one. On only policy. The footballer. 33-0.
And in business, NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama pledges to set up a cashew factory if elected president. Tonight we'll get you the details.
Government announced producer price of cocoa. I just said, a crapono enim says say, me take bottle say na menya. Sani ebeya ma cashew so.
All right, so tonight we have these and many other interesting stories making the 1 hour bulletin. Stay with us as we share all the details with you. I'll be back shortly with every bit of the story you've been waiting for. Well, thank you very much for choosing GHOne TV. My name is Kweku. Rather on a sad note, family of Edward Saki, the 18-year-old final year student of Orele Senior High School, stabbed to death by his mate, have given authorities a week to provide answers to the incident. Well, their demand follows the refusal of the school authorities to grant them access to the premises after the incident on Tuesday morning. Nana Yao Asari has more.
The death of 18-year-old Edward Saki has created a friction between the Orele Senior High School and the family of the deceased. The once lively school premises is now a center of grief. An alleged argument between the deceased and his mate on Tuesday, 2nd September 2024, ended tragically as his colleague stabbed multiple times, leading to his death. The two, who were on the premises of the school to write their WASI paper, allegedly argued over whose parent is richer. But that did not end well. Saki was stabbed in the chest. An eyewitness recounted to us what really happened.
And not less than 30 minutes, we heard some noise and they said, oh, there is some misunderstanding at the back. okay, this thing is normal thing. But not like few hours later, the boy came to me and he said, you warn your brother. If you don't warn your brother's blood will flow in my hand. And I said, oh, what has happened? And he said, me, I'm warning you. And the boy was coming with speed. The teachers were there, everybody were there. I tried to stop, but to no avail. So I decided to come out, to come and call my uncle, because my uncle lived just here. I came, they said my uncle was not around. Immediately I entered the school gate, I saw the students gathering around someone lying down. I was asking, who is that? And they said it's Edward, but GHOne has stabbed him.
Father of the deceased, who could not hide his anguish, told GHOne TV that the school did not call to inform him of the incident.
I was at work and my niece called me. He's also a student here. Uncle, a boy is fighting Edward. So wherever you are, rush and do what? And come and ask me, is there no teachers at the school? Yes. Why do you want me to guys say the teachers are sitting unconcerned? I said, what? Quickly I moved my car. On my way to motorway, she called back and said, the boy fighting my son, I've stabbed him. Anytime the school needs something, or anytime anything go wrong, the teacher, headmaster, whatever, they have my number, they call me, I come to the school. So I don't know why this thing happened, and none of them are doing God.
He wants justice for his slain son.
No, the school authority are not ready to talk to anybody. They are not ready to explain anything. They are not ready to answer anybody. They don't want to talk to anybody. So we decide to be here today for the school authority to come out and give us answers. Why a boy had to come to a school? Because even if you go to abattoir, we have Fulani that control the cattle there. Am I lying? So what of a school? A school that you pay fees, a school that you train human beings, they're not animals, and a student to stab his mate, and a teacher to sit down idle in front of teachers. Up to now, not the school authority, not police, nobody have explained anything to me. Even the family of the boy, I don't even know anything.
When GHOne TV got to the premises at about 10:45 a.m., the gates to the school were shut to the public, with some armed police personnel guarding it. School authorities declined speaking to the media.
Really a difficult situation there if you're a parent and you're watching this, but definitely you would want answers to this. You would want to definitely get some answers to this. So where were the school authorities? I mean, people were filming in the process. Where were the school authorities? So we'll try to get some answers to this. But tonight, we'd want you to join us on our social media platforms on this particular story. Make your voice heard. Let Ghana know that it is not getting well in our second cycle institutions. Not all of them, albeit. But now, let's go on and get clearer understanding that the Ghana Police Service has launched investigations into the matter. But let's stay on this story and speak to the National Association of PTA Council. Well, Irene Sam, who is the Deputy PRO, is going to have a conversation with us. Irene, thank you very much for your time tonight. I want to find out from you. So I am sure you have followed this heartbreaking story. Give me your initial reaction to what you think happened.
Thank you very much. Let me say a pleasant evening to your cherished viewers and listeners as well. And as you rightly said, this is disheartening. This is for us to hear such a news coming from a school, specifically final year students. We parents have sent our word to school and only to be called upon that your word is no more. It is so disheartening. And we are not happy about this incident at all. It is very, very sad to hear such a thing coming out from a school.
There are concerns. So there are concerns as key figure within the PTA. There are concerns that teachers especially no longer take interest. They are not interested in the welfare of students, especially those in final years, like they keep loitering, moving to and fro. And teachers feel like, well, it's on to you. You pass your exam, you take it home. You don't pass, you don't bring it to my home. What will you say to this case, and how dangerous is it in ensuring discipline in our various schools?
Let me tell you that teachers or the school management cannot say that, because we parents don't teach our wards. We bring them to school for them to be taught by these teachers, and then the onus lies on them in terms of the security of our wards. So whatever that happens to a child in the school, we will have to hold the school management responsible, because they have to institute control measures, making sure that things are well, security-wise, everything is well in the school. Now, in the second angle, I will also say that most often, final year students, there is so much violence when they are about to complete school. So most of the school staff are also afraid to come in their way or to step in their affairs. So these things is also happening. So I see this as indiscipline on the part of GES management and also on the part of parents, whereby we are not able to bring up our wards in the way that they should go. So this issue is neither here nor there, but we are saying that as a PTA, we have brought our ward to school, and everything that happens to them under the confines of the school, we hold the school responsible for that.
Right from, if you've seen the images, right from banter with each other, attacks on each other, and even carrying the boy. No school authority, not even the security, nobody. It was just still amongst the students themselves. Do you think some disciplinary measures should be taken against the school authorities?
Yes, I must say that this is quite strange to us, because we have really worked with school management in this regard in various issues. And seeing this is quite alarming. It's something that we can't really explain now. But we as a council will also do our background checks and really ascertain the truth of the whole thing. Because we can't believe that a student will find himself in such an issue and then no school staff is available to help him out, even for first aid or something of that sort. We understand that there are no sick bays in the schools, and also there are no health professionals to solve emergency issues. That is how come the council have taken steps to institutionalize sick bays in the schools, and also to make sure that we have station health facilities to help in terms of emergencies. So we are not happy. We don't even understand why school authorities can just stay aloof and see a child die in their presence. It's something that we cannot fathom. So we also look at it and see where the issue is. But I can also understand in some regard that this is a way that I see that the teachers are also trying to get themselves out of the way of our association, because that is what GES is proposing. We have our association as NCPTA, and they want to come in and want the teachers out of the association. So teachers don't feel any sense of responsibility towards our wards again. So this is coming from the GES coffers. We feel that they should also be up to the task. The association is PTAs. Teachers are part of it. When they see that there is a sense of belonging, a sense of responsibility, they know that they have to take care of our wards. We bring them to their care, for them to care for them before we come for them when they're on vacation, when they are day students here and there. So we are saying that we have to look at this issue very well. We have to redo our investigations well and see where the issue is, because we find it so alarming and somehow strange to see a child in this regard and no help is being offered to that child.
Thank you very much, Lady Sam, for joining us tonight. She is a Deputy PRO of the National Association of PTA. Well, we'll look at other stories. Our focus is on health at this moment, and here more elevators at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital have broken down. Well, the hospital was compelled to withdraw elective surgery services as a result of the breakdown of elevators at the surgical unit. Management has since fixed the faulty elevator. However, the lifts at the radiology and maternity units are the latest to join the broken down lifts. The development has left many patients stranded. Well, this came to light when the ranking member for the Health Committee, Kwabena Minta Akando, made another surprise visit to the premier teaching facility as part of his oversight responsibility as a lawmaker. Well, checks by GHOne News reveal that the lifts at the radiology department have grounded to a halt, while one of the maternity department malfunctions and fails to respond to command. Let's speak to the public affairs director of the facility for more on this development. All right, so thank you very much for your time. I mean, you have been at Korle Bu for some time now. What I want to find out from you, what is the state of elevators at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital? And can you share with us if you have the updates on the latest, the maternity, amongst others?
Yes, the current set of lifts that we have in the hospital were installed in 2011.
Yes, Nicholas.
And there were about 13 that's installed and spread across the hospital.
Can you come to me? The phone is going on. Oh,
so we have been using them for about 13 years now. So maintaining and then servicing them to keep them going. In most of the buildings, there are tower blocks, and then you need the lift to help in the movement of patients and staff. So, but lately, the hospital set up a plan to have these lifts replaced. So, because we realized that there is a frequency in the breakdowns of these elevators. So we had to start a procurement process of getting it. So at the moment, a company has been selected, and then we are informed that the delivery and installation of these lifts would take up to 6 months. So but we are starting with one lift each at each of the departments. That is the major ones. So, but for now, we are maintaining them so that they can they can keep serving us until we have them replaced. So that is the plan we have at the moment. For the Department of Surgery, we were able to fix it. That was on Sunday, but then we eventually, ultimately, opened it up for use yesterday, shortly after Honorable Akando left the premises. But today, again, he came around, he went to the maternity block, and then there too, we have one lift that is functional, but there's a little problem with the buttons that you use. So, but the engineers are working on that as well. And then we hope that in the next couple of days, they will have that sorted out. You are able to use it, but then you need somebody to be around to help the patients use it. So that is what we are doing now, so that we can move patients up and down the maternity block as well. There's one also at the radiology department, which is also due for servicing. So as soon as we deal with the maternity elevator, we sort out with the buttons, the knobs, then we move on to radiology and also have that one also fixed. So, but there is a comprehensive plan to begin the replacement early next year. So, but for now, we'll keep maintaining and using them until that program is fully rolled out.
We can appreciate you for sharing the details with us. It's definitely one that we would want to stay on for some time now. When it comes to the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, is very dear for many because that is the facility that most people would just get to when issues become difficult. I have right here in the studio the Deputy Minister of Health, Alexander Akwa, who would share more details with me. So, Honorable, thank you for your time. It's unfortunate I'm catching you at this time where the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital has elevators. You can imagine your wife is heavily pregnant and the elevator up there is not working. I mean, is that the situation?
Well, good evening to your viewers and good evening to you. I haven't seen you for a while. this issue of elevators and lifts that have become so topical because the Honorable Akando visited there unceremoniously is what brought me here. I actually came for an interview, but I decided that even though you've spoken to the Kweku administration, the PR, we need to deal with the politics of it. My brother, health is health. We need to decouple health from our political issues.
What, you blaming Honorable Akando for exposing a situation
He has exposed nothing. He has exposed nothing.
The lift is not working.
And you thought it took him to expose the fact that it wasn't working?
You knew about it already?
The Kweku administration knew about it and they've been working at it. They've been working at it.
Are you aware of it at all?
Well, for me as a deputy minister, I mean, Kweku has a CEO, Kweku has other line managers. It doesn't take the minister or the deputy to know that Kweku's lift is not working. And they are working at it. This is a regular routine maintenance. I mean, lifts are part of the transportation system in a particular facility. Look at the number of people who often use the lifts in Kweku. And so these are not gadgets. These are mere gadgets that could easily get 40 at a point in time. And look at the traffic in Kweku. And so if for a moment the lifts are spoiled and the technicians are working at it, it doesn't have to take Honorable Akando to come there before it is fixed. No, it had been fixed. They were working at it. They had fixed some and they were working at the remaining ones. But you see, this issue of always making sure you make government look bad and you want to bring the media, I mean, if Kweku's lift is not working, you cannot blame government.
Oh, why? Who do you blame?
Kweku has its own authorities. Kweku has a CEO. Kweku has other line managers. Kweku has maintenance officers.
Does the Ministry of Health not have any oversight responsibility to ensure that right things are done in the facility?
Our oversight responsibility goes beyond just supervising the maintenance of lifts.
Would it not be great that you pick a phone and say, ensure that the lift is working today? Oh no, but do you go for checkup in other parts of the world?
Well, I don't do that. I do all my checkups in Ghana.
Do you visit Kweku?
Yes, I visit Kweku.
If you are not feeling too well and you enter Kweku and the lift is not working, or like I cited, your wife is pregnant and heavily pregnant for that matter, and the lift cannot convey her up, is it not a sorry situation?
My brother, how many times have we had this situation?
I can tell. You
That's
can tell
it.
me.
So basically, what I'm telling you is that this is a lift that works. But because of the traffic on it, it will definitely get 40 at a point in time. And if it does, it has to be repaired. The lift cannot be working at the same time maintenance going on. So if for a moment people are not able to access it, people are not able to use it because it's under maintenance, because they are working at it, you don't go rush there with cameras and make politics out of it. You see, one of my concerns is that Kweku is a premier hospital in Ghana. Like it or not, at the end of the day, you will end up there. Because all major hospitals will want to refer there. Kweku is a major referral center. And so one of the things that we have to stop doing is to make Kweku look like a graveyard. Because I have seen a lot of people when they are being referred for proper and upscale care, and they are being referred to Kweku, they will end up telling you, we will not go, we are going to die there. It's because of the kind of things.
How would you have wanted your colleague to have handled this? How would you have wanted him to have handled this?
I'm sure if he had spoken to the Kweku authorities, they would have told him the state of affairs. They would have told him, yes, it got spoiled some time ago, but we've engaged engineers, they are working at it.
You think he did not do that?
No, he rushed, he went there unceremoniously. And that is how come it became a topical issue. That is how come the media picked it. He went there with media without telling anybody. Yes,
next time, if it's within your capacity, would you want to tell the authorities to stop him and stop the media from doing this?
Oh, he thinks that he is playing an oversight. For a member of parliament, that is his oversight responsibility. But for me, I think that it has to be done responsibly.
All right. Thank you, Honorable, for sharing your thoughts on it. We're grateful for your time tonight. Keep calm. You're doing work for Ghana, and so let's ensure that the right things are done. But you've made your point.
My concern
you've made
is
your
that
point.
we shouldn't politicize issues
Absolutely,
of health.
you've made,
and we should
made
make sure that people have confidence in our premier hospital, the Kweku Teaching Hospital.
You've made your point on that one. Would appreciate you. All right. So allow us at this moment jump to Zongo Lane. There's a situation that I'm sure you've heard about it, but the fear of an on-fire building at the Zongo Lane collapsing is preventing personnel of the Ghana National Fire Service to put off the inferno. Well, the building has been on fire for the past 3 days, and 3 days, and has led to a portion of it collapsing. Traders who have been sleeping by their works have been watching anxiously as firefighters struggle to control the blaze.
It is the third day, and the fire here at Zongo Lane is still raging. Visible cracks have been formed in the remaining sections of the burning building, making it risky for anyone to enter. Firefighters present at the scene say the situation is increasingly becoming dangerous for them to douse the fire. With access severely restricted, firefighters were left helpless, waiting for the inevitable, which is the collapse of the building. Traders who had been sleeping near their goods for security reasons watched anxiously.
It happened the day before yesterday. That was on Sunday. It's happened around 8-9 thereabouts, but it has not, the fire does not started here. It started from those building back here. So we were here when they called us that fire has cut the buildings. So we were out and the fire was already there. So we don't know exactly what happened and the fire was burning. We don't know if it is light, if it is cooking or something, because that is not our building. This is our building and it hasn't started here. So we don't know what happened over there and it was burning.
Secretary General of the Chinese traders in Ghana, James Yin, who visited the scene to assess the extent of damage to the wares of his compatriots, refuted claims that the fire originated from their warehouse. He asserts that they are prepared to face any legal process and have their legitimate documents to prove how their properties were acquired.
When we rushed there, we couldn't open the door to of the fire. So we will call the fire brigade come.
So you were the one that made the call to the fire service?
At that time, I was not around.
Okay.
They called me, we rushed me.
Okay.
So when our people, the Chinese traders, called the fire brigade come, the fire becomes big. The fire is not from our side, it's not from our warehouse, and it's not from our shop. It's from the back side. Their cousins coming calling us for help. Because he found the local people, our friend, the behind the owner of the house.
Okay.
He called us for help.
Okay. But as the helpless firefighters look on due to the instability of the building, affected traders are hoping to get clearance to save what is left of their goods.
All right, so you want to get the latest on this particular fire incident, we'll definitely be on the grounds and share more with you. Let's now go to Zongo Lane and speak to my colleague Obed Kingaglo, who is currently on grounds for the latest on this inferno. Obed, thank you very much for your time. Now, has the fire been doused finally? Is day 3 already?
Right, so the fire has been doused to some level, but I can tell you that some portions of the building still have some fire in them and with smoke coming out of the building. But I can also report that the firefighters are still on the ground and trying to totally douse the fire. I can count about 4 fire tenders right behind me who are still on the ground trying to control the situation to its barest minimum. I can also see some police, security personnel, and also officials of the NADMO and also the ambulance service over here. But I also see the Chinese national over here who are trying their possible best to engage the firefighters to make sure that the portions of the building which still have some fire coming out with smoke moving out of it is controlled to the bare minimum.
Obed Kingaglo, we can say a big thank you that you give us the latest on this fire incident. Well, our men will be on the ground tomorrow. We'll get back there. We'll give you up to minute updates on how the firefighters are battling their way through to control this inferno at the Zangolin. What I'll do for Insight for tonight, we're back shortly with some more, but special appreciation to Pepsodent. With Pepsodent, every smile matters. All right, so if you just joined in, this is News Tonight. My name is Kweku, and it's now time to touch base with politics, and obviously we remain your election hub. All right, so the Dagomba chief in Kaswa in the central region, Alhaji Amin Abdullah, has praised flag bearer of the governing MPP, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, for what he says is his issues-based politicking. While speaking during a meeting with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia at the start of his campaign in the Ewutu Senya East constituency on Monday, Alhaji Abdullah said that flag bearer has changed the face of politics, and this has forced other politicians to campaign on issues. Well, there's more in the following report.
All right, he started his campaign tour of the Ewutu Senya East constituency with a meet and greet session at the old market here in Kaswa before moving to the house of the Odikro, where he engaged in an interaction with the Odikro and some tribal chiefs in the area. One of the tribal chiefs, that's the Dagomba chief of the Kaswa area, described him as one of the people who have changed the face of politics in Ghana. According to him, since Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia showed up on the political scene, the politics of insults, they have not seen that, and that is changing the political spectrum in the country.
As I said, you have changed the face of politics in Ghana. Unlike before, when it's getting to election time, we often hear insults near and there. But this time around, what you did, you always outline your policies. And the policies that you almost all the time outline bring the entire nation to debate on your policies.
Well, right from the Odikro's house, the vice president and the flag bearer of the governing MPP moved to the Methodist church here in Kaswa, where he engaged with the religious leaders as well as the members of the clergy, and then constituents at what they call the Constituency Connect. Various speakers espoused the integrity of the vice president and flag bearer of the MPP and called on the population to vote for him.
All the other regions, one of ever, na one appetite yechi. Now, say as so for His Excellency time in this election, Ebisadia, the National Affairs Clergy Council said, "Me fan to with him," and say, "Jemina yenim sawe ye kremoni na ye share a equal opportunities."
Away from the Methodist Church, he moved to Ofanko, where he engaged in another meet and greet, and also engaged with the traditional rulers there, before coming to Kaswa, where he came to commission the Central East Regional Police Command, which construction started about 2 years ago. He said this regional police command is to help deal with the security concerns of the people here, which was a problem a couple of years back.
This building will contribute to the control and the enforcement of law in GHOne Senya East. And I believe that we will provide the necessary resources to the police here to do their work. From our point of view, as a government, we have invested more in the police than any other government in the Fourth Republic. We bought more vehicles, more uniforms, even 3 helicopters for the police for the first time in history.
He rounded off his campaign in the GHOne Senya East constituency with a mega rally.
We're still on your election hub, and here, flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress. We talk about the NDC's John Dramani Mahama has urged Ghanaians not to expect any positive change under the current New Patriotic Party administration. While speaking in the Kintampo North constituency, former President Mahama cautioned voters not to be deceived into voting for the NPP in the upcoming elections, emphasizing that the NPP has nothing better to offer Ghanaians after years of bad governance and leadership.
Him say, teach you, say, who bore mine, and I will show mine, sir. Near here, pa, ne say, waman for any Edjanedi. And then Edjani both the day, Ezu MPP, a man bounty, a film po ensure to ye. Ama Edjani bebre, I say. Ezu Eza Entina NDC de near friend of Farmers Service Center. I just said district bia ye be back ho. Near the tractors, Farmer Service Center near ya the tractor baku edu beba begu.
All right, so that's about it for the political stories that we have for you tonight, but definitely not the end, because on this channel we are your election hub. Well, we're coming back and we're bringing you up to speed with business. If you have your Ghana card and you're looking for loan, it's very easy to deal with Bills Microcredit. Tonight, we want to say a big thank you to them for making it possible for us to bring you business. Let's do business at this moment, and here the Dean of the University of Ghana School of Engineering, Professor Elsie Kaufman, has highlighted the significant challenge of commercializing prototype concepts developed by Ghanaian graduates. Well, despite the country's abundance of talents, innovative solutions remain unutilized due to the lack of funding. Professor Kaufman spoke on the sidelines of the Ghana Robotics Competition 2024 held at the University of Ghana.
The Ghana Robotics Competition aims to become the premier national robotics competition in Ghana, modeled after PARC. The GRC gathers students from across the country for a 2-day event focused on a real-world topic relevant to science and sustainable development, providing an opportunity for young minds to showcase their technological innovation and creativity.
Today, you see what they are doing. They are doing amazing things. And so the observation is that our young people can learn, and they learn very fast. In my School of Engineering Sciences, once again, I have this initiative to get some funding to support promising projects. We haven't yet identified any, but if we can get at least one commercial product out there, it will be a demonstration that we can do it.
In an interview with GHOne News, Sweetie Abochi, a mentor to some participants, urged parents to encourage their children to engage in extracurricular activities like robotics to boost their creative abilities.
When I arrived here, I've seen wonderful things. To realize that we have young people in this country who understand robotics and can create things, make inanimate things move, engineering. And you also know that this is the 4th industrial revolution. So I'm just particularly excited that as a country we are part of it, and our students are also leading the charge to compete with the rest of the world.
Our news team spoke with some coaches and participants who shared their thoughts and experiences with the competition.
Yeah, it was very difficult because, this is our first time. We didn't know anything about it until one of our old students sponsored for us, and he told us that there would be a competition, so we'll be joining. So they brought an instructor to come and train our students.
I must say that the student did very well. We qualify for the quarterfinal. That is, we placed 4th, and in the quarterfinals we placed 6th. So we couldn't make it to the semi-final, but I must say they have done very well.
And I've been involved in robotics for I think 2 years now, or 1.5 years. And I would say the journey so far has been very interesting.
Okay, so being part of robotics has been a learning experience, because day in, day out you get to see new components and how it's being used. You get to think outside the box as to how to go about with a particular project. So I would say in general it has improved my ability to think.
The organizers of the Ghana Robotics Competition are calling on benevolent organizations and individuals to sponsor more schools to participate, enabling every child in school to benefit from the competition and reach their full potential.
Well, let's do more business. As Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin has revealed some members of Parliament cannot escape blame for the ravages of the activities of illegal mining in the country. Well, according to the Speaker, some MPs are neck deep in illegal mining activities, which have left management of Ghana Water Company Limited warning it could no longer be treating water anymore as a result of the pollution. Here's excerpts from the lawmaking house.
Any politician who is inciting the young people of Ghana, I'll take you out of prison if you vote for me. Mr. Speaker, that is one sure way of ensuring that whichever government is in power can fight and make sure that this canker is taken out of our body politics. We have the power to protect Ghana, and we have the power to protect our people, to protect the unborn ones. There are some things we can do politics with, but Galamsey should not be one of them.
Mr. Speaker, this call for urgent attention by the government and, for that matter, the ministry. So Luckily, the minister is here. I want to add my voice to the call by Honorable Kujeto that by tomorrow, the minister should appear before Parliament to brief us what they are doing to address these serious problems.
If I have to implement the request you are making, I'm not sure you will survive. All of you will survive. So I don't also want all of you to die. So please, let's move away from that one, because it's very difficult to determine what a political statement is when you are talking about Galamsey, and what a political statement is not when you are talking about Galamsey. And as to videos and listen about Galamsey,
It's a flag bearer of the opposition National Democratic Congress, that's the NDC's John Dramani Mahama, has promised that his next administration will establish a cashew factory in the Bono East region. Well, the former president stated that this initiative is part of the party's industrialization strategy within its 24-hour economic policy aimed at creating jobs and promoting economic growth. Speaking during a community engagement at the Amoama DA Primary School in the Kintampo South District as part of his 4-day campaign tour of the area, John Romani explained that the project will be implemented through the public-private partnership. I'm talking about the PPP.
It's a Bono East, Titru. Yeah, the Pelcro form the Babesi Cashew Factory. It's Afibia on beto cashew no fefe yebema bona basro se na be ya cashew farmers so on be just cashew on boto senya ye cocoa no sa na be ya cashew cocoa emre no dru say ye beti cocoa government announce producer price of cocoa I just say ekrafo no enim say mete bottle a say na menya saa ne be ya makashu so emene be so a ye be bo price no se ne be ya ekrani no be hu sikadodo a obenya so okote ne cashew na ya ma factory for no ato no mo siesie ne kama na yeso ye de akọ ama no ne akoton ene amika say Indian for ebeto ye cashew omo de cashew no call India no mo akonua no mo ye ne kama no mo omo de akọ abrochire akoje dollars na ye ha de ya be ma bibi kakra e bi no eto betwa esise fofo a ye de ba no ebe boa ama ikuafo no so eje sika etimi ahwe omo abrabon.
All right, so if you know a staff of Bill's Microcredit, please salute them because they make loans possible. That's all we have for you in business. She's the finest in our sports world. Monica Bukri has joined us tonight. Good evening, Monica.
Hi, good evening, Kweku. Kweku, there is great news. The Black Stars have arrived in Kumasi and already have had their first training session on the pitch of Babayara Sports Stadium. We'll take a look at that. Plus, the arm wrestling team also presenting their first gold trophy to the Minister for Youth and Sports. I'll bring you details of all this coming up after this breather, so do stay tuned. Now let's get to the camp of the Black Stars, where 22 players of the Black Stars have arrived in Kumasi to continue preparations ahead of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Angola. Players including Fatal Itahaku, Thomas Partey, Antoine Semenyo, Lawrence Atizigi, Brandon Thomas Asante, Frederick Asari, Kingsley Schindler, Mohamed Kudus, among others, have all arrived as they began their second training session. Jordan Ayew and Elisha Owusu are, however, expected to join the squad later on Wednesday. The players, together with the technical team, began their second training session at the Babayara Sports Stadium immediately after arriving in Kumasi. Ghana will face Angola on Thursday, September 5, before traveling to Benin, Morocco, for their second Group F match against Niger on Monday, September 9, 2024. Now, the Ghana Arm Wrestling Federation has presented Ghana's first ever gold medal in the Arm Wrestling World Championships to the Minister for Youth and Sports, Mustafa Yusuf. At a short presentation ceremony held at the ministry, police officer Grace Menta, the gold medalist in 80 kg event, was congratulated by the Minister for Youth and Sports, Mustafa Yusuf, who has promised government support to the least financed sports in the country.
I want once again to congratulate you on behalf of the President, the entire team, and also the one who won the gold as well, for bringing glory to our nation and for lifting our flag very high in Moldova. Okay. So we, like I said time and again, that as government and the Ministry of Youth and Sports will continue to support the less sponsored sports, and arm wrestling happens to be one. So we'll continue to give you equitable support to all the lesser known sports, so that you can also exhibit the talent that God has given.
Now, away from that, let's do some boxing news, where Ghana's undefeated national bantamweight champion Daniel Selassie, the Emperor Gosh, is set to challenge the seasoned Benin fighter GHOne Vundenesi for the vacant WBO African bantamweight title. This high-stakes match, co-promoted by Shiashi and Legacy Fight Boxing Promotions, promises to be a thrilling contest of power and skill on Friday, September 14 in Osu, Accra.
The event will take place at the iconic Treehouse restaurant inside Nyaniba Market, Osu, Accra. Daniel Selassie, the Emperor Gosh, will be in the ring with an unblemished record of 12 wins with 9 knockouts. Known for his relentless aggression and tactical prowess, Gosh has already claimed the UBO Africa Super Bantamweight title and now has his sights set on the prestigious WBO Africa Bantamweight belt.
I want to give a very big respect to my opponent, very, very experienced boxer. I will not be taking him as a joke. It's a business time, so when I get in the ring, I do what I can do and I get
Standing in his way is GHOne Vundenesi, an experienced fighter from Benin with an impressive record of 25 wins with 23 knockouts and just 2 losses. Vundenesi's power and experience make him a formidable opponent, ensuring that this title fight will be a true test of Gosh's tenacity.
It's going to be a cracker. So let us come. And you see, the people who can even afford to pay won't pay. They want free ticket. How can they get the money to pay the boxers? How can they get money to make titles?
The event is the brainchild of Legacy Fight Promotions, led by Sawam Papain Amwa and Shiache Boxing Promotions, under the guidance of former Amasaman MP Emmanuel Ni Okai Lai.
Fight night is dubbed the Golden Hands. Golden Hands because we believe that it's going to be a night that is going to be a very competitive one. And it starts at exactly 8 p.m. Our boxers, promoters, managers, and coaches, I beg you, let us stick to our time on the 14th of September.
Both promoters have pooled their resources and expertise to deliver what is expected to be one of the most exciting boxing events in recent memory.
To stage a fight in the boxing arena now, if you don't have 100,000, that is going to just be paying logistics around. You can't do it. And I don't know what the SNIT is doing about it. We've spoken to them. So when I see other promoters taking it out of that place to a different place, I am happy. And what we do is to support them. When we get places like this and then we stop using there, I think they will go back to their senses.
Adding to the excitement of the evening is a co-main event featuring a super lightweight contest between Bernard Abe and Azuma Mohammed, set for 8 intense rounds. Additionally, 3 undercard fights will see Felix Nono face Gideon Norte, Isaac Nikwe take on Godson Amuzu, and Isaac Dona battle Emmanuel Noi Mensah. The event kicks off at 8 p.m. sharp with 2 juvenile bouts and 2 exhibition fights to warm up the crowd. Tickets are priced at 150 cedis for the popular stand and 500 cedis for VIP seating.
Still in boxing, light heavyweight boxer Elvis Ahoga, popularly known as Soldier Boxer, has accepted a challenge from Ernest Akushi, who also known as Bubulali, for a highly anticipated rematch. However, Soldier Boxer insists on a good promoter and a fair purse before stepping back into the ring with loudmouth Bubulali.
The previous contest between the two fighters in June ended abruptly due to deliberate damage caused to Baobali's gloves in his corner when he was clearly losing. In the weeks that followed, Baobali took to the streets, calling for a rematch to settle the score. But is Soldier Boxer truly ready to face him again?
I've heard that he's saying he wants to rematch. Me too, I want it. So why not? We must do it again. Yeah, it is on. We must do it again. And this time around, you're knocking. He won't last maybe round 3, round 4, sir. They should expect the Soldier Boxer coming like Kakai. Listen, me, I'm more than a bush commando.
Soldier Boxer reflects on his chances in a potential rematch with Baobali, expressing confidence but also laying down his conditions for accepting the fight.
What happened, we should put it aside. The authorities have given their decisions. So we need to look forward for the good promoters to organize a very good rematch and expect a good security, because we know what happened, so we should protect the arena, protect the boxers, because you can't do this in outside. We all need to promote Ghana boxing, so the authorities must watch all those kind of things.
Will the promoter step forward to make this rematch a reality?
And give a good offer. If the offer is fine, why not? You fight. You can't just box like passion. No, everybody know it.
Only time will tell if the two fighters will meet again in the ring to settle their rivalry.
Yeah, I'm ready to defeat him, even knockout, because I've seen how he fights and I've learned a lot, because they know me as an aggressive boxer, so they should respect us.
Peter Kwao Adatos report for GHOne News.
And that's all we have for you in sports. As always, my name remains Monica Bukari. Back to you, Kweku.
Well, thank you very much, Monica Bukari, with all those updates. And definitely, we're going to watch every bit of those fights. Well, that's about it. On behalf of the entire production team tonight, we salute you and we'll say enjoy the rest of the programs on this channel. A very good evening. My name is Kweku Temeng.